Hey, what's up? I hope you can hear me. I'm coming to you live here from Johannesburg, South Africa. We've had a uh, interesting night happening here. The bad news was due, it was coming, and we're anticipating it. And now it has happened. The axe has fallen. The axe has fallen on the ministers, Pravin Gordhan, Jonas BC, and a host of other people. And many South Africans right now are either anxious, angry, frustrated, disappointed, and maybe feeling hopeless as a situation that is perhaps difficult in our path and our journey. But why am I here with you today is because I really want to talk to you about how and why you need to be planning, committing time, resources, energy to your game so that you can free yourself from the challenges that's out there. So I see for those of you who are on live with me, please, if you can hear me or can't hear me, please indicate. Just say, give me a like if you can hear me, and type no if you can't hear me. Do you want to check if you can hear me on Facebook? So there's a couple of things that's going on right now. The political landscape is extremely, extremely uncomfortable for many people, and everyone is worried about. You can hear me. Thanks, Radhika and Henny Kutsia, Danki Baya. So the axe has fallen. South Africa is a new place, but are you going to be a new person? And are you going to take the necessary actions, activities, and commitments to get yourself to the next level? So the one thing I want you to get is that the noise, hey, thanks so much for those likes. Keep them coming. You can hear me, Henny. Thank you, brother. One of the things that you're going to get in this world is that there's a lot of political noise all across the world, from the United States to South Africa. What happened last night is really not the end of the world. It's more like the beginning of a new dawn. And I think that it's time that we as South African people start taking 100% responsibility and accountability for ourselves. The days of depending on a government to care for you is long gone. So if this is not a wake-up call, I don't know what is. Do we have to become a Zimbabwe for us to actually wake up to the reality that we are in a very difficult political situation? But be that as it may, I'm no politician and I don't want to speak politics, but I know that the politics is in the environment, it's in the air. And what happens is that people get sucked up into this and they become negative. The truth is, you have to exercise your democratic rights and make the necessary changes or actions to get the results that you want to achieve. So the economy is driven by politics, and politics is going to pound the rand dollar. The current politics is going to pound investor sentiment. People are not necessarily going to be so excited or ecstatic about investing and committing. Sumazitis has a cure. I like that, Jay. Lovely comment. Let me just go like here, man. I appreciate that. You spot on, brother. So, Jacob Zuma don't pay my salary. I don't think he pays yours. I don't think the ANC pays our salary, because us hard-working, honest people with integrity and honor and commitment to create the results that we want, we're sure as hell ain't interested in government tenderpreneurship, easy money, theft, at the expense of the poor and people who are most vulnerable in this economy right now. So while the politics goes on and the negativity that spins around it, I want you to remove yourself emotionally, because what's happened now is that we become emotionally embroiled in something we cannot directly control. Absolutely, you can control it indirectly, but what about controlling your state first and foremostly? Because if in the state of negativity, it's easy to become blinded by the facts or the truth. The facts are that you and I still need to go out there and create the opportunities that will serve our families best. So don't get distracted by the noise. Take the necessary actions intelligently, but do not become distracted, okay? Secondly, is that this negativity is going to affect investors. It's going to infect and affect tourists. It's going to affect growth. And if we're looking for the government to grow the country, then we're in serious trouble, because they can't grow. They can grow tomatoes, which if you throw a seed, a tomato grows. They wouldn't be able to grow a tomato. The truth is that they don't have the level of skill or competence to actually achieve those. So we have to grow it ourselves. We have to take responsibility, 100% accountability to create this result. The next thing is that what's going to happen now is that we're probably going to get downgraded, and our forecast for this economy is going to be trampled upon by the hands of a few. And the truth is that those few are certainly not going to control me and my destiny, and it shouldn't control yours either. So the question you have to ask yourself is, what is it that you can do right now? What is it that you can manage? We can't manage the government. We can't manage the economy of South Africa, but I can manage my economy. I can manage VINESH MAHARAJ Incorporated Family Trust economy. So effectively, you got to start by managing your attitude, because what happens we can't control. But what we can control is how we respond to what happens. So let's take ownership of our response. We could either go to bed crying, disturbed, planning our passport for Australia, New Zealand, America, Canada. I don't know if the grass is green on the other side. I think they have their own problems. But that aside, we can manage our attitudes. So in the U economy, you're the most important person under the sun. Today we made Jacob Zuma the most important person under the sun. It ain't true. That guy ain't important. Who's important is you, because you go to bat for yourself and your family every day. You make sure that the bills are paid, you have a safe place to stay, and that you're contributing to the growth of a family, to a person, to a community, and ultimately to a country. So how do you survive this and live beyond it? So first and foremost, wherever you are, if you're an employee, entrepreneur, a business owner, a salesperson, a marketing person, doesn't matter what your title or job descriptive is. Hey ma'am, thank you very much for that like, appreciate it. Seema, thanks so much. Seema Naidu, blessings to you, love to all of you, and thanks for joining me today. I want to share a couple of thoughts, because I think we have to take back our power. We have to take back our think, and we should not be dominated by the news and the negativity in the media. I'm not saying what happened is acceptable, but I'm not going to be dominated. Every time you turn on the radio, every time you turn on the TV, every time you read Facebook, it's negative puke. Now, puke is puke, and it kills your consciousness. And I want to own my puke. I want to have positive puke, if that makes any sense. Hey, Mike, thanks, brother. Thank you very much. I'll post the link to this video once it's saved. We'll definitely put it on Facebook as well, and many other platforms. Right now, the media, Jacob Zuma's puked. And now the media is puking, and the puke is just smelly. And if you're in a smelly environment, hey, you can't get much done. So in the U economy, I want you to think about, how can I differentiate myself from the competition, from everybody else? What is your USP? What is your unique selling proposition? What are the skills that you have? What is the networks that you have? What are the relationships? What are the opportunities that are unique to you? And how can you use that to leverage and differentiate yourself from the competition? So it's a critical, important opportunity for every single one of us to actually differentiate ourselves, so that our value in the marketplace increases all the time. If your market value increases, let me tell you, you're never going to run out of jobs, you're never going to run out of customers, you're never going to run out of opportunity. But if your value proposition is declining because you are not growing and you're not investing in yourself and your skills and your networks, then unfortunately, hey man, you're going to be in trouble. So make sure that you can somehow differentiate. Hey Seema, thanks for sharing that video. Most kind, thank you ma'am. Let me just say thank you to you, Seema Naidu. Thank you ma'am. So differentiate. If you want to know how, talk to me. You already have value. Perhaps you cannot articulate it and communicate it. So if you can articulate and communicate your value proposition, and you can market that to the world, there will always be opportunity. So the next thing I want to say is, how do you innovate so that you don't have this negative puke coming in here? And my innovation is that I want to choose my puke. I want to choose my puke so that I am inspired and motivated and energized to take all the action that is required, so that my thinking, my goals are clear and decisive. My actions are leverage in such a way that I can only succeed. So it's critical that we leverage our innovation in such a way that we are growing. So innovate, innovate, innovate. Make sure that you can innovate with yourself, meaning that you take time to invest so that you are always relevant, that you always have some power, personal motivation, personal confidence, self-belief, a lot of that, right? So that you have to keep growing, because if you ain't growing, you're dying. The next thing is to dominate, and to dominate means to be everywhere all the time. There's a wonderful word, it's called omnipresence, and we use this word typically of God. God is omnipresent. Now, what if you could be omnipresent? With all the tools we have, online, offline, you could be omnipresent. You could be on the lips of customers in America, on the lips of lovers in Russia, on the lips of friends in England. You can be omnipresent. But that takes a certain amount of want, desire, the hunger to actually go out there and crush it so that you do become a household name. Now, why am I telling you this? Because I don't want Jacob Zuma, the ANC, or anyone else. Hey, I'm not partisan to any political party or political affiliation. I think every single one of us just wants a safe home, a safe country, work opportunities, freedom of expression, and the ability to be comfortable at home. And South Africa's home, and I don't think many people feel like we have that comfort right now, especially when we're being oppressed politically and while we're being puked on. So here's my tip for today. Puke on yourself, man. Because the most important sale you make every day is the one you make to yourself. The most important sale you make every day is the one you make to yourself. So make sure that that sale is at such a high level of emotional, intellectual, spiritual, and physical that you can actually handle whatever life throws you. And life's going to throw you stuff, man. It's going to throw you politics. It's going to throw you death. It's going to throw you rejection. It's going to throw you pain, pain, and pain. And this is just the one side of it. The other side of it is going to throw you love, friendship, respect, and appreciation. There's a lot of good stuff in the world. But if we are only leveraging pain because we're not well prepared, so we prepare our kids to go to school, to get a degree, to get an education. So we prepare them to become an intellectual cog in a system, but we don't prepare them to become independent thinkers. Independent thinkers means that I think for myself, I commit for myself, I take decisions for myself, and I live with the result and the outcome. Hey, Mikey, thanks for that share, bro. Much appreciated, Mr. Mike Ross. Good guy. Go and speak to him if you need some help with your financial services. He's out here in Roodepoort, Johannesburg, and he'll be taking care of your financial needs. So I was saying that if you puke on yourself and make that sale, that most important sale of the day, that I am worth it. I'm in it to win it. I will do whatever it takes. I will pledge myself that come hell or high water, I will succeed. Now, if you have that level of commitment, hey, you're going to be unstoppable. And imagine if you had that level of commitment and you also had the support systems, meaning you have a mastermind group, meaning that you have peers and family and friends who can raise your game, who can raise your standards, who can raise your ambition, your desire. And I'm not just talking about money, folks. Today I'm talking a lot more. Today I'm talking about love, health, wealth, relationships, your spirituality. All of these things are out there for you. But if we just play small and we just become little cogs and little systems that people can manipulate and use, then you're in trouble. You need to take that action today. You need to make a decision, commit today that I refuse to be a little scrawny, little whiny, cryy little boy, girl in the world, and I'm going to do whatever it takes for me and my family, because I promise you, no one is coming to the rescue. No one. Not the South African police, not the ANC, not the DA, not the EFF, and any other political party. Nobody's coming to the rescue. My mantra, as some of you may already know, is that if it's to be, it is up to me. And all that matters is that I win today. If it is to be, it is up to me. And all that matters is that I win today. Hey, thanks, Jay. I appreciate your comments and your appreciations, brother. I hope that you're all well there in the friendly rocking Cape. So if it's to be, it's up to me. I need to take the ownership. So if you want to take ownership, hey, Vicky, thank you, ma'am. You're most kind. Thanks so much. If you want to take ownership of your life, you're going to take back your personal power away from the politicians, away from the economy, away from the negativity, then you want to be talking to me. I run a couple of programs that I want to invite you to because I believe we need a bigger thing. We need energy, we need enthusiasm, we need passion, because nobody's going to save you from this minutia. You're going to have to save yourself. You're going to have to swim your way out of it. You're going to doggy paddle through this crap to get, to terra firma, to solid ground where you can build. You cannot build an economy on negativity, horrible politics, bad forecast by economists. I want you to start dominating yourself in your life. I'd like to help you. I run a program. It's a personal mastery program that will help you raise your think and your attitude. It'll give you tools, skills, and techniques that will actually get you so pumped that you become unstoppable. This is not magic. We don't do magic here. It's not power. It's not motivation. It's not lies and high energy, rah, rah, rah. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that the world's a pleasant place and that you're going to be a billionaire after you do my course. But what I do promise you is that when you leave there, your life will change. And it's up to you to take those practices and practice them every single day so that you can live the life that you deserve and the life that you're entitled to. So our next event on personal mastery, it's called Unleash the, I was going to say the dragon, but it's not a dragon, baby. Unleash the warrior within, because within you is greatness. If man is made in the image of God, and God is great, of course man must be great, right? But we never rise to our potential because we live in an environment where we're oppressed, sadly with respect to our parents and love to them. They oppress us by telling you don't talk to strangers, speak when spoken to, be seen, not heard. All of these things are oppressive. You go to school and your teachers, some of them will tell you you'll amount to nothing, Vinesh. Instead of uplifting, inspiring, and motivating you, they depress you. And then you become a teenager and you meet a girl and she breaks your heart and she rejects you. Or you meet a boy and that's the end of you. And then you're rejected. And then, like you're too tall, you're too thin, you're too fat, you're too young, you're too old, you're too black, you're too white. Hey, no wonder we all have a complex. Everybody's like, oh man, I wish I had this and I wish I had that. And I grew up like this and like that. Hey, the truth is, you have a great deal. You're still here. You're alive. You're breathing. You have so much to be grateful for. At this program, I'll teach you how to go into deep gratitude, appreciation, and how you can actually unleash the power within. That's gifted to you. That's within you. The love that's already there. The faith, the truth, the integrity, the honor that you already have within you. I would like to help you. We only do 20 seats at an event like this because it's so hands-on. Our next event, 26th of May, Personal Mastery, how to unleash the warrior within, because the warrior needs to come and fight for you and your family, because today you got to fight for it, man. Every salesman is fighting for the order. Every guy's fighting for the girl. Every girl's fighting for the guy. We're all fighting for the jobs. So there is a war going on and nobody's coming to the rescue. As a conference speaker, trainer, and coach, for those of you who need our services, please reach out, drop me an email, drop me a message, give me a call. I do believe that it's time you take back your personal power. It's time that you unleash the warrior within and that you grow to fulfill all your potential and live true to your purpose. Hey folks, for those of you who've enjoyed this, please keep on liking and sharing. I hope that I've inspired you to take so much action and responsibility in your life that no political party, no one man, no one country, no one planet's going to hold you hostage, because I'm free to be free and you're free to achieve everything you deserve. Mr. Vinesh Singh, thank you, my friend, for your compliment. I'm very grateful to you. And I hope that I will be able to meet with you in person in the very, very near future so that we can take this attitude, this think, and this program, because I believe that what we have to offer is far greater than the level at which we're playing at. So as a parent, you may have kids and you want them to do great at school, don't you? And you can see they have all this potential, but they're always underperforming. So similarly, I see mankind, human beings, as a race or a species that's constantly failing itself. We keep failing ourselves every single day. I'll tell you how. You wake up at 40 and you're obese, but at 20 you were stick thin. We've failed ourselves. We've given up the fight. We've given up the hunt. We've given up the push. Let's stop failing ourselves. You know, we fail ourselves at relationships. You know, you wake up at 50 and 60 and suddenly you're divorced. And I'm not saying divorce is good or bad. I'm saying that if it's not what you want, why do we keep failing ourselves? Or you get into a job or a field of study like science or medicine, and it's a career you hate. So we keep on failing ourselves. And you know, your mom and dad said, get a good education, get a good boy or girl, get a good job, get married, and you'll be happy. Look around you, man. Who's happy? Let me tell you, happiness is within, but you have to unleash that warrior so that you can experience it and live fully, true to your purpose, with all passion, being the person you are, that you are meant to be, not the box that you've been confined to by the society. Hey, I want to close now, but I want to tell you something that I learned from a great guy called Anthony Robbins. Anthony Robbins says, you wake up in a box, it's called a bed. You shower in a box. We all have one of those boxes, right? You have a box cereal. When you finish your box cereal, you get into your car, which is another box, and you drive to your office, which is another box called a building. You go to your cubicle, which is a box. You work on a computer screen, which is another box. And sadly for us, you end your life in a box called a coffin. But between your birth date and your death date, there's that dash. And I'm interested in growing that dash with you so that you can be fulfilled, inspired, and motivated. Hey man, it's me, VINESH MAHARAJ. I want to thank you for your time. Your time is invaluable. You can make money. None of us can make time. So thank you everyone for joining, for sharing, for liking, for commenting. I'm touched, I'm humbled, and whatever it takes, man, I'm here to serve you and support you, come what may. Stay inspired, keep on kicking it, keep on crushing it, and know your Uncle Vinny is right here for you, man. Much love. Take care. Ciao for now.